Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson, was formally charged today by the state of Utah during a live press conference just moments before me recording this video. Exactly what he's charged with and exactly why. Death penalty or no death penalty, and even a possible bond for Tyler, all coming up in this video. Also, a key character you may have already forgotten about involved in the Charlie Kirk shooting case has just been charged as well. And listen, you won't believe what for. Then finally, sickening images of what deranged lunatics are doing to the memorials of Charlie Kirk. I'll explain everything. Let's get started. So first, let's start off with this press conference that just took place minutes ago. The state of Utah came forward. The Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray spoke and said,
"I'm filing a criminal information charging Tyler James Robinson, age 22, with the following crimes. Count 1, aggravated murder, a capital offense, for intentionally or knowingly causing the death of Charlie Kirk under circumstances that created a great risk of death to others. Count 2, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, a first-degree felony. The state is further alleging aggravating factors on counts 1 and 2 because the defendant is believed to have targeted Charlie Kirk based on Charlie Kirk's political expression and did so knowing that children were present and would witness the homicide. The state is also charging defendant with count 3, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony for moving and concealing the rifle used in the shooting. Count 4, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony for disposing the clothing he wore during the shooting. Count 5, witness tampering, a third-degree felony for directing his roommate to delete his incriminating texts. Count 6, witness tampering, a third-degree felony for directing his roommate to stay silent if police questioned him. And count 7, commission of a violent offense in the presence of a child, a Class A misdemeanor, for committing homicide knowing that children were present and may have seen or heard the murder and did so based on Charlie Kirk's political expression. Also, following the press conference, I am filing a notice of intent to seek the death penalty. I do not take this decision lightly, and it is a decision I have made independently as county attorney, based solely on the available evidence and circumstances and nature of the crime.
Basically, Tyler Robinson is charged on this Tuesday officially with aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm, 2 counts of obstruction of justice, 2 counts of witness tampering, and committing a violent offense in the presence of a child. Now, he goes on to say the first 2 counts come with aggravating factors, which is not good for Tyler, because the state believes Robinson targeted Kirk because of, number 1, his political beliefs, and also, number 2, knowing that children were present and would witness the shooting, which is just pure evil, downright diabolical. The obstruction of justice charges were based on Robinson's efforts to hide evidence from the shooting. Gray said the witness tampering charges refer to Robinson allegedly telling his roommate to, number 1, delete texts that would incriminate him, and then number 2, not to talk to officials. Now, Gray also finished this up by saying he filed a notice of intent to seek the death penalty in this case. Good. Robinson, the shooter, will continue to be held without bail, according to Gray. All good news. All good news. Sounds like they're not going soft on him at all, which I'm glad to hear. My overall reaction to his charges, good. Good. Because as someone who has done 10 years in prison, I've dealt with my own cases, and then I spent 10 years hearing hundreds, if not 1,000 or two, other inmates describe their cases, even going to court multiple times and just seeing how things go. I can tell you now, the way that it's called stacking charges. And it's not that he doesn't deserve to have them stacked, but it shows you that the state is serious and they really want this guy. They are going after him for any and everything they possibly can. In some cases, times two. Good, because they want to make sure and ensure that even in any charge that you're able to wiggle and finagle and maneuver out of, at least one or a few of these charges are going to stick. And you know what, buddy? We're going to seek to give you the maximum we can, no matter what. No matter how good your defense is, how good your lawyer is, how much money you raise, which he's starting to raise a lot of money from people who hate white people and Charlie Kirk. He's starting to raise a lot of money. No matter how much you do, we're going to get you on something. And when we do, we're going to give you the max. F you. And I love it because there's no place for this type of assassination in America. That's just my opinion. Don't care how you feel. But I imagine most people in this good community agree with me. I'm going to show you a brief clip. You may have seen it already. It may be familiar. Tell me if you remember and recognize this guy who's very key in the whole Charlie Kirk, the initial shooting day right when it happened. Very key player here in the sequence of events. Tell me if you recognize him. And then after I show you this clip, I'm going to tell you something absolutely insane about him and why he is now in custody. Take a look.
How dare you! How dare you! You're such a monster! What a monster! Such a monster! Monster! A monster! How dare you! Back it up! Back it up! How dare you! Piece of shit! How dare you! You're a freaking monster! Yeah!
I don't know. He said he shot him, but I don't know, dude.
How dare you? How dare you? How dare How dare you? Ma'am, please. And let me be clear. I don't know if she's saying how dare you. At first I was like, I guess she's saying how dare you to the police for arresting this old man. But then I started to think maybe she's saying that to the old man. Like, how dare you assassinate Charlie Kirk? Because he says he's the one who did it. So they're arresting him. And so maybe this woman was like, how dare you do that to Charlie Kirk? And if that's the case, I'm sorry for making jokes towards you and your reaction. But if that's not the case, I'm not sorry, and I should make more jokes, you piece of crap. But if you didn't, then you're not if you're not a piece of crap, you're a good person. Now I know what you all are thinking. What's up with this guy? This guy basically right after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, police arrived on scene. This old geezer was like, yep, you got me. You caught me red-handed. I'm screwed. It was me. I'm the assassin. Oops. Oops, my goops. You got me. Take me into custody. And so they arrested him, and somehow his pants, you can't help but notice his breeches are around his ankles. His trousers are around his calves. Okay. Don't know why, don't know Don't know what happened there. But if I tell you what he has now been charged for, spoiler alert, he did not get charged for the assassination of Charlie Kirk because police then interviewed and investigated him thoroughly because, I mean, this guy literally told them, yep, I'm the guy. I did it. I'm the one who did it. They investigated and realized it's 101% impossible that you were the guy who did it. And so, who knows why he said that? There are some theories online that he was a part of the group because it's believed to be a more of a group effort for what happened to Charlie Kirk. And they believe he played a key part in that to say, hey, I did it, knowing that eventually he would be cleared just to kind of buy time for the real assassin to get away because they felt like they caught the shooter. And I think that's a pretty plausible theory, honestly. Or else this guy's just absolutely insane. Who knows? But you wonder, why is this guy's pleated pants around his ankles? And he's out here in his skivvies getting arrested. I think it'll all make sense once you hear what he actually was charged for about a week or less than a week later. Which actually, this morning, last night, within the last 24, 30 hours, guess what he was arrested for? You're not gonna believe this. Look at this headline. His name is George Zinn. George Zinn, elderly rabble-rouser who falsely claimed he shot Charlie Kirk, is hit with child porn charges. And guess why? Because he claimed he was the shooter, it caused the FBI to look into his phone contents and they found out, oh, you're not the shooter, but guess what you are? A frickin' pedophile, a sicko. You got child porn on your phone. We're gonna arrest you. And good. They go on to say the elderly rabble-rouser who allegedly hindered Utah authorities' response after Charlie Kirk was shot is accused of keeping graphic sexual photos of children on his phone, according to law enforcement. George Zinn, age 71, was charged with 4 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor Tuesday. That's today, the day I'm recording this video. After investigators found more than 20 images of kids as young as 5 years old, at least partially naked and posing in a sexual way, the Utah County Sheriff's Office said in a news release. Nasty guy, nasty. Zinn later admitted that he gets sexual gratification from viewing and sharing the images with others and that his preferred victim age is 5 to 12 years old. These are the people taking the side of the assassin, Charlie Kirk. They get sexual gratification from their preference. In a perfect world, if they scratched a lotto ticket and hit the jackpot, they'd have a little girl in front of them who was age 5 to 12 years old. Don't let her be 13. No. Too old. Ew, yucky. I want 12 and under. Disgusting. These are the people ready to stand up for the assassin of Charlie Kirk. And that tells you all you need to know. Now, moving on again. A lot of times in cases like this, well, maybe not exactly like this. This is obviously very unique and stands out very much from your ordinary true crime case. But nevertheless, usually the family of the alleged murderer, a lot of times they can catch a lot of flack. And a lot of times it's not without good reason, depending on their behavior, attitude, and actions going forward from this case becoming publicly known and just unfolding in court. The Carmelo Anthony family, for example, encouraging swatting, harassment, doxing of minors, children, just awful, evil things, But we got to give credit where credit's due here. Look at this headline, which I've already confirmed and seen multiple other places today. Breaking: Tyler Robinson's father rejects $1.15 million reward / kind of fundraiser amount. He then demands that it go to the Kirk family. This poster says, "What a stand-up guy. That's a great decision." And then we have in quotes here, "This is what a father is supposed to do. My son wronged the Kirk family, and it's my responsibility to help him face that mistake. The money is enormous, but it's not meant for me. I want it to go to the Kirk family instead. Kudos to you, sir. Salute and respect to you." And it's even my understanding that Tyler's views, which ultimately led him to do what he did, very much differed from his father and mother, maybe even the rest of the family entirely. Father believes in what he believes in, and man, listen, let's be real. $1.15 million is enough to break a lot of men who claim to stand on their morals and values, opinions, and beliefs of what is right and what is wrong. That is enough to turn a lot of people. Right? Nothing but respect and kudos to him for rejecting that. He said, I don't deserve $1.1 million because my son did one of the most gruesome, heinous, evil things in the last decade that we as America have witnessed and know of. Instead, send it to the Kirk family, the true victims, the true deserved recipients of any help and support, even when it's financial, as is this. So, wanted to throw that out there. Respect to him. No bad words for him. Thank you for doing that, sir. Now, final thing I want to bring to your attention. I don't want to end this on a bad note, and I'm sorry, but we need to be aware of how the left is reacting to this. And I know that we're all pretty much aware that, how they're reacting. Oh yeah, hooray, hip, hip, hooray. But this is just sick, and it is breaking new news. And so I've vowed to bring you every update I can. And so unfortunately, I have to bring you this and end the video on this. So here you see the before and after the Charlie Kirk mural at Graffiti Bridge in Pensacola. The bridge is constantly being repainted, and murals here are never permanent. Understood. As people continually express themselves through art. So here you see stage one. Here it is. Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, with his birth and unfortunate death date. And then you see, good Lord, what it turned into initially. His face blurred in red paint. I don't know if that's meant to represent blood, but then you see in the white spray paint, you see B and L, and I've zoomed in, and ultimately it spells the word black. I don't know if this is a reference to Black Lives Matter, but and this is what it ended up being. Look at this. It is just covered in phrases: "Save the kids," "Free Palestine," the B word is dead, OWO, what's this? Referencing, meant to be humorous and snooty and petty and just passive aggressive, referencing the phrase that was carved into one of the bullets that was found as part of the bullets in the rifle of the shooter, Tyler Robinson, who said, quote, "Sees bulge, OWO," which I explained in a previous video right here if you want to go search it up. OWO is basically a written representation of a facial expression. The O's are meant for wide, surprised eyes, intrigued, interested, excited eyeballs. And the W is meant for a kind of scrunched up mouth, like, that's my best W mouth, but basically, the overall meaning is I like, surprisingly enough, and unbeknownst to me, I like what I see. And this is in reference to him seeing a passingly trans person who wants to be a woman, and Tyler being attracted to them, and then notices the bulge in their pants, indicating to him that this is a trans person. They were born biologically a man. OWO represents his facial expression of excitement, confusion, but intrigueness. If that's a word, I don't know. I try to sound so smart, don't I? Can someone look up intrigueness and just tell me what a doofus I am if that's not a real word? But I think it is. But you get what I mean. And so this spray paint is referencing that. OWO, what's this? Probably, like, what's this? What is what? The bulge, referencing C's bulge. Ooh, OWO. Do you get what I'm saying? You get where I'm going here? You got Free Palestine. You got, oh my gosh. You see up here, a good Nazi is a dead Nazi. Just all the most hateful stuff you can see. His mural has been desecrated in record time. That is how people feel about a man who level-headedly and respectively opened up conversation with those who disagreed with him about everything, and simply did his best in the most calm, reserved, and collected way to open your eyes up to a new way of thinking. Take it or leave it. You can reject it or accept it. But I'll put this out on the table for you to do as you will with. That's all he ever did. This is what he gets. Something about that just doesn't sit right with me, but you know what? Ain't gonna sit right with Tyler Robinson. The death penalty, no bail, lots of felony charges, death penalty, firing squad, which they still have as the main option of death penalty inmates, the form of execution for them in Utah. Firing squad, you get what you give. And all these people on the other side saying, oh, Charlie Kirk spread hate and advocated for deaths due to gun laws. So he got what he died by what he lived for. Well, brother, guess what? Guess what? Tyler Robinson will likely die by getting what he gave. Now, ain't that funny? Let's do a mural for that. There's your updates. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.